But wow, this is going to be a really good matchup. Whoever we see, I don't know what game we're going to go into just yet. Okay, I've just been informed it is going to be Jaeyun versus cRoSs. Now, I know Jaeyun always whines about Zerg versus Zerg, so I really do think we're going to have a Protoss versus Zerg. And I wonder what map these players are going to pick. We know that a lot of the maps are really not the greatest for Protoss, like Gladiator, hard to take a third base. Really good for Zerg to get tons of bases. Power Bomb, which we see quite often, at least in BSL, is a bit hard for Protoss too. Ground Zeroes in BSL, which is a bit hard. So we may not see any of those maps. I personally hope we get to see Oxide, but I think that's not going to happen. I think we may end up going on to something like Sylphid. But anyways, guys, for now, we are just waiting on the game to get hosted. And it has been hosted, and look at that call. It is Sylphid. So another 3-player map. This is a map that we've been seeing in ASL, or at least in previous ASLs. Really good map. I wish that they would put this in the ladder pool. But regardless, we're going to go into cRoSs versus Jaeyun now. I'm ready. In the top middle, the Zerg player knowing the imbalance of Protoss. He is Jaeyun. And at bottom left, we've got the Zerg holding off a really clever play from LancerX. It is cRoSs. Now, Sylphid, not a map that I really get to play. I'm just a ladder hero, but I really do like this map. Now, Sylphid has that small pathway into the natural. But in my experience versus cRoSs, he's really not super aggro, so I don't think he's going to try and exploit a move like that. But that is a potential dangerous vulnerability for Jaeyun. Now, will Jaeyun go for the gateway, or will he go for the forge? The fact that this probe is just sitting at the natural most likely means that we're going to see another gateway follow-up. Now, unlike LancerX, Jaeyun, I don't think I've ever seen him 2-gate. If this is going to be a gateway, this is definitely going to be a 1-gate TT1 style where we're just rallying that Zealot Imba unit across the map, trying to get into position where we can have good trades, kill as many lings as possible, force out as many lings as possible. And if we can snipe any drones, that's a win for us. That's exactly what we're seeing. Gateway expand. This time, Jaeyun not going to find him first, but cRoSs is going to find him first, and he's going to be a little bit relieved that this is not a 2-gate, because cRoSs is going for 12 hatch, and 2-gate would probably just be a game-ending move versus this particular opener. But at least cRoSs gets to see that it is a gateway expand. He's not going to build any additional drones. He is just going to go straight into the spawning pool. And behind this, I'm really just looking for how many Zealots are we going to build. I think Jaeyun likes 2 or 3, then start building that Nexus. I don't think we're going to see 5 or so, which we do see sometimes. While Drone trying to block this Nexus, but Jaeyun doesn't even have the resources for it just yet. Now back in the Zerg main, what is cRoSs' follow-up? Are we going to see delayed gas? There's no 230 gas, and Jaeyun saw that. Now, being a Zerg player, he's going to know exactly how to react to this from cRoSs. Now, cute drone movement, trying to delay the Zealot as much as possible. It maybe bought about 1 or 2 seconds of time. Meanwhile, cRoSs is not going for the 235 gas. He is just going to take a third base. Now, where does he want to take it? Ooh, that drone almost gets picked off. Another drone trying to buy time. This is really cute play from cRoSs, but I don't think that it really did enough. Also, the drones are extremely low now, and they're still out on the center of the map, and he's already got a low drone count. Meanwhile, Jaeyun going into the back of the minerals, This is what every Zealot ends up doing. He's got to get that probe in the back. Ooh, probe! So exposed! Can't lose that probe. It goes down. And that's going to be all of Jaeyun's scouting intel. And now Jaeyun sees the gas. Zealot's just trying to run around buy time, see if he can see anything. It's definitely not going to kill anything. Meanwhile, he does have his Nexus going up. Forge is done. So we're going into a standard game. cRoSs's got his third base. Now, cRoSs is definitely a guy that pays attention to current trends. And we see that 973 is a very common build from Zerg these days. We're going to have to see if he's going to go into that. But because of what I know about cRoSs, we're probably going to see that. Or at least something very similar. So I'm paying very close to the drone count. Hydra Den, I imagine, should be coming down very soon. He's got a lot of minerals. So I wonder what he wants to do with this. Is he going to go into lair? Okay, he does go into lair. Meanwhile, Jaeyun's got his cybernetics about halfway done. He's scouting around for that third base from cRoSs. He knows that it's somewhere. He's going to find it at the high ground base. Now, Sylphid, we have to remember that the high ground base, not only does it have 6 mineral patches, it's only got 1,000 minerals each. This base will get mined out pretty quickly. Even as a Zerg player, it will get mined out pretty quickly. This is kind of what happened to me versus Curiosity was like, oh, I'm on 3 base, we're fine. And then I was mined out and it's like, I don't have any more money. So the longer the game goes, cRoSs is going to have to pay attention to that. Meanwhile, Jaeyun going into the Stargate, going to have a fast Citadel follow-up. And this is probably going to be 1 DT. We're seeing that more often these days. DT giving you map control for a little commitment. And there is the Spire for cRoSs. So everything is pretty standard from him. He's even got 4th hatch going up. 5th hatch going to be pretty soon, probably at his 3rd base to complete a semi-wall. Hydra Den also going down. Now, my real concern right now is I'm looking at Jaeyun's base and the Forge is not spinning. And we're approaching 6 minutes. Sometimes you're seeing Forges spin as fast as 4:45, setting up for the 7:30 timing. This is definitely not going to be the 7:30 timing. But what does he want to do with this? Because +1 is such a crucial upgrade. I feel like regardless of what build you're going for, you got to get it at least by now. Because we've got 5 hatch Hydra production, the speed even starting for cRoSs. So this Spire is not for Mutas. It is just going to be for Scourge in defending these Sares. Finally, +1 weapon starts spinning for Jaeyun. But this is going to hit around 9:15. I just don't know if it's going to be in time for this incoming big Hydra play that we know that cRoSs is going for. Now, cRoSs has started to produce a lot of Hydras. It's 6 Hydras out already. He knows that Jaeyun's probably not going for a timing because the +1 weapon was so late. So I don't think he's really too concerned about spamming out Sunkens or anything like that. This is definitely not going to be a defensive move where he's going to try and split the map. This is going to be a killing move from cRoSs. Now back in the main, Templar Archive did not see Storm being researched. And there is the DT from Jaeyun, but he needs to start getting out some Templars. Okay, first Templar being produced in the 2nd gateway, but Storm has not started. We're going to have all these Templars with no Storm. Meanwhile, DT is going to clear out all the Lings, or almost all the Lings. So cRoSs's vision on the map is going to be extremely limited. But he did at least identify that a DT got out. So he does know that he does need to keep Overlords everywhere. Make sure that they're not able to sneak in and wipe out a drone line. Zerg can be in such an amazing position and then one swipe of a drone line and all of a sudden Protoss is back into it. Jaeyun's got big gateway flood coming up. 5 gate. Storm is at 20% though. And here comes cRoSs, but here comes that DT that I was just talking about. Gets into the mineral line. Kills 2 drones. There's 2 Hydras though. It's 4 drones, but it did get shut down. Oh no, Templar popped out on the wrong side, and it gets killed, and cRoSs just going for it. There's only 5 Zealots. There's a Templar, which he saw, but he's not too scared of it. He's just gonna focus down these cannons. Jaeyun, he just doesn't have enough. There's so many Hydras, 12, 15 Hydras left over. All the Zealots just bleeding out without any cannon support. Jaeyun pulling pros, but he has nothing to drill on. So they're just gonna get shut down, focusing down the Forge. Oh, Jaeyun, cRoSs hitting at the perfect timing, and it's GG. So cRoSs, the first NA player to make it out, he's gonna win 2-0, taking out Lancer and Jaeyun. And really, for me, I thought Jaeyun was gonna be the favorite of this group, and really it was just who's gonna be second place. But cRoSs making it out, and now Jaeyun's gonna be the one waiting in the decider match.